Hi, I'm Justin and I'm here to showcase my internal assessment for IB Computer Science Higher Level. My internal assessment for this year was to create an application that runs on Android that helps my client manage his library of books. He wants this application to be able to keep track of who has got what book and to send messages to those users to alert them of things. So the success criteria of my project is to create a working system that holds a database where all book and employee information is stored, a communication system between employees and the library manager, a login page with username and password security, separate manager and employee interfaces, and the ability for employees to reserve books. Right now I'm running Android 8.1.0 Oreo, which is the latest version of Android put out by Google, and this application will work all the way back to Android KitKat. So this application will cover most of the devices in the developed world. My client is using a tablet running Android Lollipop, so this application will work on his device. So clicking on my application, you can see that I have done nothing to it. I have just downloaded this app on my phone, so there are no users, there are no books yet. The application didn't recognize what I just put in because there's nothing in there. So to get this application up and running, we must first register a user. The first user who registers in this application is always the admin. So let's name it that. You just saw my name popped up there, and that's kind of the beauty of this app. It's that it's intertwined in Google's ecosystem, so that the application knows that it's asking for a name, and my phone just tries to autofill my details in it. Furthermore, the material design of this application is attractive, and it's very familiar to those who have used past Google services. Most of all of the services provided by Google are based on this material design theme. So the user interface should not be a problem for most people to master. You can see that this is the user area activity, and at the top there is a welcome message with the name, and we can borrow books, we can return books, we can see a list of available books in which there are none, and we can see alerts, and we can see the borrowed books. So because we are the admin, we can click on this admin center. Now only the admin can access this page, so this completes my fourth success criteria, which is to separate manager and employee interfaces. So these are all the administration functions. We can add books, we can add users, we can see a list of users in which there is only me. We can also filter these users by overdue. However, no one really borrowed books yet, so there's nothing there. We can also set alerts, and we can remove users. So in order to have this library alive, we have to add books. And right there, we can add a title. And this book ID is used to return or borrow books. Let's add another book. Sorry. Let's have some creative names here. And like that, we can see that our available books are filled now with the books 50 and what, with their IDs next to them. So let's that completes my first success criteria, which is to create a system that holds a database of all books and employee information. So let's create another user, and let's call this user because we're so creative. And the application knows that it's entering a password. The application knows that this is an age field, so that the idiot catchers are alive and kicking, and it will only allow you to enter a numeric digit. This login page completes my third success criteria, which is to create a login page with username and password interfaces. So right here we can see that the name inside the welcome message changes. and that we cannot access the admin center because we are not the admin anymore. However, we can still see the list of available books. Let's borrow books. Let's borrow 50, whose ID is 1, 2, 3, 4. And if we go here, we can see that it no longer appears in the available books category. However, it has reappeared in our borrowed books category. This borrowed books category only is unique to each user and is unique to this user. This completes my success criteria, the fifth one, which states that the ability for employees to reserve books must be completed. Now, my other success criteria is to create a communication system between employees and library manager. So let's go on into the admin, and let's go back into the admin center and set alerts. So we can set alert to any user in this application. Let's send it to the only other user in this application, which is user, and send the alert. And just like that, we have sent a message to that user. And if we log back here, you can see that the top is no longer a welcome message, but it says you have a new alert that tells the user that we must go into here, and here we see the admin's message. This completes my second success criteria, which is to create a communication system between employees and library manager. So this application truly does help my client manage his group of books and keeps track of which user has got what book and bridges the gap between admins and users by creating this communication system and alert system. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you like it.